Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hobbits. Today, checking out some more Croatian craft beer that I got from Dan in Croatia. So thanks a ton, man. This is another beer from Runda, and this is their triple Hophead Pilsner. They are really good at Pilsners. Their experimental Pilsners were awesome. I was not a big fan of their West Coaster. It was a little bit of a dud to me, just mainly because it was almost flat in my can. But I love their lagers. And also the Moose one, Angry Moose. But this is Pilsner is featuring only Styrian hops, so Slovenian hops, and it's also what they call a Styrian Pilsner. It's 5.5%, 45 IBUs. They like their bitter Pilsners at Nova Honda. And this one features Styrian Colibri, Styrian Bobek, and Styrian Celia. Styrian Colibri? Is that the name? Colibri? Isn't that a bird? Er det ikke en fugl, en kolibri? A hummingbird, Styrian hummingbird. So I've heard of Bobek before, but that's about it. So there's a lot of bread, like new bread hops from Slovenia, from the Styrian lineage. There is Styrian Fox, Styrian Wolf, Styrian Dragon, where they're trying to make some more modern hops in Slovenia. They haven't really been breaking through the sound barrier in the brewing scene, especially not throughout like Europe and the US. But some brewers I know play around with them, but they haven't just really seemed to catch on that well. So the Colibri is bred between European and American germplasm, and I think that is something from the hop plant. I'm not entirely sure. I do not know that much about the genetics of hops and the intricate things of a hop physiology, if you can call it like that. That's probably not what you call it when it's a plant. But it's bred between European and American varieties, and it's supposed to be really floral. And then you read on Bobek, and Bobek is bred of it's native to the Salek region of Slovenia and is alongside Brisk and Buket. It's an attempt to create a high alpha and good aroma hop. It doesn't say what it's bred from. Its parents, are Northern Brewer and a Slovenian male hop variety. But it's not being commercially produced anymore because brewers are not big fans of them, apparently. But it's also known as Styrian Golding B. Styrian Golding is really well known, used in often British beer, and it's supposedly to taste has a pleasant piney aroma. And the last one, Celia, is bred from Styrian Golding, Aurora, and a Slovenian wild hop, and used mainly in lagers, but also English style ales. And this is supposedly also floral, but also citric. So there you go, a little info on hops. Let's check this one out. So Pours, a nice crispy looking color. It's pale yellow. It's got a little bit of haze to it. High effervescence, CO2, whitehead. But let's check out the aroma on triple Hophead. Very floral, aggressively floral almost. Like almost like if you, so floral that it almost smells a bit like, what are they called? Like the toilet soaps. What are they called? Urinal soaps. Urinal candies. It's like so intensely floral that it's a little bit soapy. And for some reason, it reminds me of this soap aroma of urinals. That's maybe not the best connotation, but besides that, there's a lot of citrus. And also some hefty spice, I think, in the back. And then like just some crisp, doughy kind of malty character. Crisp and doughy, really, because it's crackery and doughy. But it smells good. I mean, it's just like supercharged on the floral note. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks a ton to DM for the beer. If the oh, that's quite bitter. If the West Coast IPA was lacking CO2, this one is aggressive as F compared to that one. Like this is just like bursting with CO2 in the glass. It's like borderline champagne-y. And actually maybe a touch too much, I think. Like pills for sure should be highly carved, but it shouldn't hiss and fizz in your mouth. Like It's like, it just like goes nuts. Like that's my only real big beef. But it tastes good. A highly bitter, very much a modern pills. But the flavor is really like it's floral to the extreme. It's not like the delicacy of floral nuance as you get with like Hallertau Mittelfrüh. It's just like so soapy floral, and it, again, it's like urinals or like a lavender soap bar to me, because there is a bit of lavender to it, and then it's grassy too for sure. Bitter, herby. I think that's just also because it's so bitter already. But it's interesting that it has so much floral character that it's almost getting too much. Or is getting too much. Maybe some pepper too. There's a slight chalkiness to it on the mouthfeel. Like a drying, chalky feel. And I don't know if that's like a bit of yeast or just high bitterness plus high effervescence or water treatment. It's just very different from all the other lagers I've had from these guys. It doesn't taste off or anything, but it's just a bit too aggressive on CO2. And then I'm not the biggest fan of the hop characters. Like, there might be a reason why Bobek is not made anymore, and there's maybe a reason why Styrian Colibri and Styrian Celia is not widespread. Because to be honest, I don't know, they're not, like, if you compare it to just classic Hallertau variants, or just sauce from the Czech Republic, I think those hops just work better. It could also just be about amounts. I don't know. They say something, the sky's the limit and whatnot in this one, so it could be that this is fairly heavily hopped. It doesn't say anything about dry hopping, but I'd imagine it could be dry hopped, also because of the haze. But I think it's decent, but I don't think it's as good as Angry Moose or the craft experimental Pilsners. It's just like too soapy, I think. Bitter soapy. And I think it's just a matter of hop character from these hops. It doesn't have the same delicacy as you get with other classic hop varieties. And interesting enough, even though they're newly bred hops, they also don't seem that modern. They just seem a bit weird. But man, it's heavily carbed. Otherwise, yeah, and it doesn't feel super clean either. It has like a slightly dirty, chalky feel to it. Like this is an example of, I think, maybe, I don't know, if it's lager too short, or I don't know. It just feels like a bit messy for a lager. It's not sharp, which is interesting because the others have been quite sharp. It gets even more chalky as you put more in. There must be a bit of yeast or something, like really chalky, more soapy, biting, slight astringency to it. This is a case of the more I drink it, the less I like it. Sorry, Dan, I know you love this one, but I don't know. I'm just not really feeling it. I really like the other Nova Runda beers a whole lot more. The lagers, at least. But yeah, so far, very up and down experiences for me with Nova Runda. Like, really, really good. And then like, interesting. But I'm guessing, like, I still think it's an enjoyable Pils. It's just not really sharp, technically well done Pils. Like, give this to a Franconian brewer maybe, or something, and they'd be like, because it's not like, it's not tight. So early 80s, I think, 82, 83, something like that. It's not terrible, but it's not, if I saw it, something I'd probably go for again. But fun to try nonetheless, so thanks a ton for the beer, man. But if you guys had a chance to try Nova Runda's triple Hophead Styrian Pilsner, let me know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and see you guys in another video review.